love is not enough. Like,
because it's not. But that experience of falling in love and being romantically involved is only meant to last long enough to build a relationship. To build a connection, not even build a relationship.
Okay.
And so
What are some ways that we can help people grow hope in their marriage?
I think we can. Hey, yeah, sorry. I was like, he's looking at me. Welcome back. I think this is episode 2. And again, I'm PB. He's.
And I'm Jay.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
we're here to spread some love, spread some hope, spread some joy, help figure out how to rebound from hard times, all the things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So welcome. Thanks for kicking it with us on this episode of the PB&Jae show. So, babe, what we talking about today? I know you probably clicked on the thumbnail, like, love is not enough. Like,
Because it's not.
it's not. And when I heard that initially, when my dad told me that like a long time ago, I was like, come on, man, what are you talking about? Like, God is love. And I try to like spiritualize him.
Right.
And he was like, love is not enough. And I never understood it until we got married. And so if you've been following us online on our Instagram, we shared a post and we talked about hope. And we want to kind of just talk about that today and kind of give you some value in allowing hope in your marriage, despite hard times, because guess what? Hard times are going to come. Challenging times are going to come. And could we say we've had our fair share of challenging times, and we still do
Hey, you
have
told
our
me.
fair share of challenging times?
You said enough negative on the last one.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, like, man.
Yeah, I think hope is the thing that is like the glue. If you were gluing stuff together.
Yeah,
What
of
is
course.
it? Like if you are pottering or building or anything, it's the glue. It's the thing that keeps you going, because the pieces are gonna break. Like
Yeah.
things are gonna shatter, things are gonna fall off, whatever stuff is gonna happen. But if you believe, if you have hope, that things are different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's kind of just talk about this. Why do you think, from our experience, why do you think love? Now, hear me when I say this. When I say love fades, I don't want you to have the mindset. I don't want us to have the mindset of like love is going to fade and then there's going to be no more love. And there's a point where you get to in your marriage where the other person loves you, and that love is not just based on the airy fairy feelings of love, magic. I feel the goosebumps and I get so weak in the knees, TLC, can hardly breathe. What's the rest of the song?
I lose all control. There's something takes over me in a day. Your love so amazing.
All right, no
It's
copyright
not a
strikes.
phase.
No
Okay,
copyright
okay.
strikes, please.
Well, clearly I don't sound like them though. So
They gonna flag the video. This only episode 2. Shut down the PB&J show. They singing TLC on that.
Encrustables come through for us.
Right. So yeah. So why do you think love can fade?
Why do I think love fades?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I think love fades because it's a chemical experience. I know.
It's clinical. Yeah.
Yeah, but I
Okay.
think that's true. I think that the brain is meant to do that. It's meant to make you feel the thing to want to be with someone.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the brain is also a thing that can't keep doing the same chemical production in that way, but for a while. So no matter what, you're gonna experience a change. It doesn't have to be as significant as some,
Yeah.
but that experience of falling in love and being romantically involved is only meant to last long enough to build a relationship.
Okay.
To build a connection, not even build a relationship.
Okay.
And so that's the thing. Once the brain doesn't do that anymore, you have to make that thing happen.
Yeah. Do you think a lot of people give up at that moment?
Yeah. Yeah, because we haven't been taught to persevere. We haven't been taught that that's going to end. We've been taught that that's the thing that makes you have a good marriage, right?
Yeah.
But that's not true, and it doesn't remain. And if it does, Unfortunately, you have chemical imbalance, but that is good news for you. It's just not the normal experience.
Yeah. So would you say then? Would you say like love is like more like a cycle? Like there's cycles to love, like seasons of love, rather.
Seasons of. This is from Rent. It's a nerd thing.
Okay, because
521,600 minutes.
please no copyright strikes.
What's the question? Because now Rent.
Are there seasons of love? Like are there seasons of love?
Yes.
So would you say that hope is a part of the season or the underlying factor of the seasons of love? Like, do you so with the seasons of love, right? You have that infatuation love, and then you have, the love to where you don't have to question the love. You get to a point to where you know the person loves you. Is hope like the underlying kind of tone for I'm speaking with my hands here. Is hope the underlying tone for those seasons? So like I need to have hope in every season of love that I am in, basically.
Yeah, for sure. I think you need less hope when you're feeling all romantic-y.
Okay.
So we don't really think about hope in that way because it's just produced,
Okay.
right? I think this is more like hope would be the atmosphere because no matter what, the atmosphere is there. But when we have like hurricane season, we're talking about the atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
And when we're having a rainbow, nobody's really, well, rainbows come when it's raining and sunning, right? Sunshiny.
Yeah.
So maybe not a great example. But when it's sunny outside and the air feels good and there's no wind or there's a light breeze and everything's great, nobody's talking about the atmosphere, no matter what is there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So hope is the atmosphere. Okay. So would you say then? So I would take that as hope as being like a value that you need to have in your marriage, right?
Yeah.
And we shouldn't just build our marriage on the vibes of love, like on my love vibes, like because that's a big thing, like the vibes off and all of this, like that's just kind of like pop terminology now, like vibes and like, well, his vibe is off, her vibe is off, and like in marriage the vibe's not gonna always vibe.
Yeah.
And that's where hope comes in, I believe.
Yeah.
Because when you have hope, like you have hope through knowing like, okay, this person just going through a season of sadness, or they're just they may be just, having something going on with them. So
I just say, I think that the hope is not about the person. I think the hope is that God will make things okay.
Yeah.
And not really in what this person can do or how I can be different or anything like that. It's really, I know that God has a good plan for me.
Yeah.
And if we keep that hope, everything else becomes easier.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So hope, that's good. So hope allows you to have not only a healthy view of yourself, would you say hope helps you have a healthy view of your spouse as well?
For sure. Yeah.
And how have you seen that kind of play in our marriage? Like,
I feel like I'm on a trick interview here. Okay.
Yeah.
Hope in our marriage, how have I seen that play out?
Yeah.
Well, as reference to episode 1, if you haven't seen it, go back and watch it. But also don't, because now my man had got a little mad at me. But anyway, watch it. No, watch it. We over it. Whatever.
I'm not mad, y'all. It is what it is. We here now.
What was the question? I got to stay focused here.
Yeah.
What was the question?
Where have you had to lean on hope in our marriage?
Okay, yeah. That's how we got to episode 1. I can tell you what hopelessness looks like.
Okay.
And then I can tell you how I've seen a shift in myself. I think that I was more hurting and more sad and oftentimes angry because I did not have hope, because I didn't believe that there was good coming, because I'm like, this story is a dark comedy. I thought I was reading a rom-com, right? So
I thought rom-com's good though.
Romantic comedy. I thought I was reading a romantic comedy, but what I'm actually reading is Black Mirror,
Harry Potter.
Because the sorcerer did stone. But anyway. Yeah, but so I think hopelessness was the thing that kind of helped me wallow in my emotions longer. It kept me from seeing, even when there was growth, that there was growth. and hopefulness helped me to not even really feel the need to engage in some situations because I knew that they would pass. Like you said, these things are seasonal.
Hmm.
So the more that I relied on the hope that this is a season, the less I felt connected to the pain or even like I needed to do anything or respond or take it personal. It's like, oh, this is a time of my life that I'm gonna be dealing with this thing. And then hopefully I'll wake up in 4 weeks and I'm not dealing with this thing anymore.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Did that answer it?
Yeah, it was great.
How
Great.
about you?
Yeah, so I think one thing I've had to see hope in is like knowing that what I saw wasn't always going to be what I saw. So like the explosive arguments or the explosive disagreements, like I had to learn to know like it's not gonna always be like this. Like sooner or later it's gonna turn in our favor, and eventually it did.
What does hopelessness look like for you?
Um,
Like, how would I know that you were going through that?
so for me, it's more so like I'm an internal person, so I internalize and analyze everything on my own. So I try not to do that, but what hopelessness looks like to me is silence and not really being in the moment and being in another place. So that's what
You be
hopeless.
teleporting.
Yeah, yeah, in the astrosphere, right? Yeah, I be out of here like, cause I've learned to internalize things, and sometimes that can be unhealthy. And what I was doing was I was internalizing the hopelessness, and like you said, not seeing that there's growth being made here, or not seeing that there has been a change. Like I internalize it so much so my memory internalize it so much so that I like remember that, and I'm like, okay, here we go again, because this is the same thing. And what it did was it created like defensiveness when I know something was going to happen. And I think that's what happens in a lot of relationships. Like if your heart is conditioned to offense, and you view everything as offense, you're going to view everything as offense.
Yeah.
And I think that's what happens a lot of times in marriage. It's like they view everything as offense, and there's no hope. Hope can't penetrate an offended heart.
So how'd you come out of that? How'd you move from offense to something else?
Yeah, so much prayer, of course. And Holy Spirit, like just healing my heart in some areas and letting me know, hey, listen, like it's not like I said earlier, like this is going to turn in your favor. It's not going to always be like this. And so one thing that I really worked on in that is therapy. Therapy really helped me to not have an offended heart, and not be offended by everything that you said or that you thought or and that we argued about or that we disagreed on. Like therapy was really like a helper for me there, because it kind of helped me to see like she's not against you, she's for you. And hope helps you to do that. Hope helps you to see that your spouse is not against you, that they're for you. And I think that's what couples need to see, that we are for one another, like we're not against one another. And
Yeah.
once you have that switch in mindset, it creates just it creates a flow, like it creates a movement of like, let's work together, like let's do this together, not like I'm against you, you against me, like what we gonna do because we're against each other. Like let's work together. So I think that's key.
But how do you work through that when you think, because most of us think, oh, the person I love is just like me, right? That's a big one.
Yeah.
Look, we need to start questioning that, because I think everybody does it, but like, I like you because you're just like me. And then you get married and you find out like this person is the complete opposite from me.
Yeah.
And so now I feel tricked and I'm offended and I'm hopeless. Like, what do you say to what's the motivator there?
So I don't know if I necessarily agree with the we get together and we're just alike type of thing. I will say, like, our pastors say opposites attack, but opposites can also attract opposite. I said that backwards. Opposites attract, but opposites can also attack.
Mm-hmm.
However, with the mindset of we're just alike, but we get in it and see that we're opposite, I think we need to give the person space to really just be themselves and space to grow and having a healthy view of them. Like, I think that's what makes the difference in all of this. Like, how do I view my spouse? Do I view them with a healthy mindset, or do I view them with an unhealthy mindset? And it's just, I look at it as growth mindset, like either a growth mindset or a lack mindset. A growth mindset says I look at them healthily. A lack mindset says I look at them unhealthily. And so I just think it really depends on how you view your spouse and making that determination once you all get into marriage and you thought, oh man, we just alike. This is my twin. Like, twin, where have you been? Like,
So,
but
okay, so what I mean is like most of the time we have similar interests, shared
yeah.
values,
Okay.
those type of things. And that's the stuff that makes you feel connected to a person, right?
Gotcha. Okay.
So we feel safe because they think like us.
Mm-hmm.
And then one day we wake up and like we think the same. We have very similar values, but how we address those values wildly different.
Yeah.
And what we have gone through is the whole feeling like each other should be like the other person.
Yeah.
Like I have spent many a times feeling like, well, if you just address this head on, we wouldn't A, B, C, and D, right? And you have said, you know, if you would just do it like this, A, B, C, and D, right? But that causes the unhealth.
Yeah.
And that also puffs us up. It makes us halter because now I'm looking like, oh, the way I do it is the right way. The way you do it is the wrong way. What would you say helps to get us back in line with my way isn't necessarily right, or I need to not look at somebody and say you should do it like me?
Well, just ultimately, I think it boils down to what's the purpose of why you all together. Like, are you there to build each other, or are you there to try to control one another? Because really, that mindset comes from a control mindset. Like, I want to control the situation so much so that if you do it like me, then I can control it. But that's really manipulation because we are two totally different people with two totally different backgrounds, with two totally different upbringings, two totally different communication styles. And so that means that we just need to create that space for the other to be able to, because eventually, like we said in the first episode, like eventually, like marriage, it can help you, it can lead to the worst in you, but it can lead to the best in you as well. And so I just think we just have to allow that space for growth for one another and just allow them to grow with and grow. Let's grow this thing. So
Yeah. Grow hope. I think hope helps a lot when you trust that, when you know that God has put you with your spouse. That's a very important factor.
Yeah.
Like, I think knowing that you have been paired together by the Creator changes how you can have hope.
yeah,
And if you don't know, you know, maybe that's the conversation you and your partner start having together. Like, what is the goal here? What's the purpose? What's the end?
Yeah.
You know, so we can have hope in the end.
yeah. And I want to add to that too. Like, I think, you know, like when we're talking about this, like, yeah, we're talking about experience, but Holy Spirit is also a factor in this too, because He is the one who empowers us to really be able to do what we're called to do. And so if He is the one who empowers us, then where we build hope at, we lean on God. We lean on Him. We lean on, you know, what He said, like you said, you know, we lean on that. And when we lean on that, then He will strengthen us to be able to handle what we need to handle. So yeah.
Grow some hope. If only you can just put it in the ground and water it. That would be amazing.
Yeah, it would be. But
But you
can.
kind of can't. Yep. Okay.
You can.
Go ahead.
You know, you go. How can you grow hope? How can we grow hope? What are some ways that we can help people grow hope in their marriage?
I think we can grow hope through trust. I think learning how to build trust. Like, I mean, you can Google trust exercises. Everybody using AI. Put in AI, like, what are some trust building exercises for me and my spouse? That kind of stuff. I think spending time in the Word together is amazingly helpful. But I think every time that you attempt to plan a spiritual growth in your marriage, you're going to be faced with things to stop you from that, because that's how that thing works.
So
I
you
think surrounding yourself. Oh, sorry.
no. I was just gonna recap. So
Okay.
you said trust. You said time. We gonna alliterate this thing.
Okay. Okay, and togetherness, because my
Trust,
other one
time,
was
togetherness.
be fortified with a community of people who believe the way you believe
Okay.
and have hope for your future
Okay.
of your marriage.
Okay.
Because what?
No. I'm just
Oh,
looking at your genius.
because what
Yeah.
tends to happen is that we end up talking to somebody who doesn't even know our spouse or know what it means to walk in a marriage.
Yeah.
And they give us terrible advice because they don't know me, they don't know my spouse, they don't know how we think or feel, and they don't have a marriage.
Yeah.
So you gotta have people around you that also are hopeful for what you got going on.
Yeah. So trust,
Time,
time, togetherness,
togetherness.
team. You said team. You say you need people around you, right?
Oh well, the team, but yeah,
Yeah.
the
And then
team was with the togetherness. But
yeah,
yeah,
okay. But I'm gonna add this T, tenacity. Like
yeah,
you need to be tenacious in this thing.
tenacious.
Like you cannot just be like I'm gonna give up, because a lot of people give up too early.
Yeah,
And if you give up too early, like the enemy has just won. Like he has just canceled out your kingdom marriage because you gave up too early.
yeah.
And so how can you build hope in your marriage? Let's run back through this. Trust.
This is just bringing you so much joy.
It is. It is. It's just the Baptist in me.
Trust, time,
Trust, time,
togetherness,
team, and
tenacious,
tenacity.
tenacity.
That's how you grow hope. Let's grow hope. That's how you grow hope in your marriage. So
It's the PB&J show.
y'all, this is you at the just
I'm
ground
gonna get
level.
some.
This is
I'm gonna
not
get some voice
this is
lessons
not
so
this
this
is
will be better.
this is not how we will end the show. But in that, if you've gained something from this, if you do us a favor, like, share, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're trying to help at least one couple grow in their marriage, and so if you can help us do that, that would be great. And then lastly, if this episode was great, you made it to the end, thank you. Great. Thank you. We're grateful for you. If you'll comment in the comments below, I have hope for my marriage. That'd be great. And so if you have any questions for us, you can also comment those questions as well. We're going to have an episode where we answer your questions. So once again, thank you for joining us on the PB&J show. We'll see you. Peace.